Morning, good morning, good morning. What's going on? There we go. All right. We're here. It's Saturday. I'm back in the studio. What a great week. Lightning bolt, good morning. Don't need no man. Stop telling me I do. Guess who? Hi, IQ Chicken. How you doing, buddy? Yeah. Teddy Bush in the house. In my house. Yeah, so I'm back here. What's up in eating breakfast. Hey Narks, how you doing? Hey Narks, how was your trip? Was you enjoy Vegas? Zach Snyder, good morning. Epsilon. Sourdough toast, cup of coffee, breakfast of champions. Hey Freya, good morning. Matt Mills, good evening. That means you're probably over in Europe somewhere or Africa. My friend Rick is in Botswana right now. Yeah. I know Vegas for me has always been like a I don't know, man. I don't like gambling. Money is too hard to come by, and I get really upset if I lose. You know, I love when I win, but if I lose, I get very upset. So I don't gamble much. Besides, how are the puppies? No puppies, man. Got no puppies anymore. Maybe talk with somebody else. Matthew Guajardo, glad you're here. Yeah, sorry, I'm eating in front of everybody. I apologize for that. Yeah, I'm sorry I didn't get to meet up with Darwin. He's he's going through some shit right now. So what are you gonna do? What you gonna do? Yeah, so we have a lot of stuff to talk. What is this? There it is. Tornado. I love my Canadians. I really do. You watching hockey? You a hockey fan? What's your team? I know dogs will be puppies. Good boys. Always good boys. I miss my dogs, actually. I miss the puppies. Yeah, I do. Hey, Ronan. Yeah. It was great. I was up in Idlewild. I can't tell you what I was doing because it's like a real movie. And the cast is pretty great. Everything was great. It was one of the best projects I ever worked on. The people were super, super. It was fun. And man, when you get to wake up in the mountains at 6,000 feet, and the first thing you do is go outside and you see like a mountain lion or a bobcat or just this stunning mountains. They're stunning. These 140-foot pine trees and redwoods. What a blessing to do that for a living. What a blessing. I want to do that more often. I want to be in that environment more often. Hopefully I'll be in Asia. If not this month, at the end of the year. Fingers crossed. Maybe going back to Tokyo. Maybe. So all right, back up here a bit. Elate dog, good girl too, yeah. Good boys, good girls. We love our dogs. We just fucking love them. Lakota Warrior. I am so good, man. I just got back from working on a movie. Really fun. It's a Christmas movie, I can tell you that much. Yeah, I'm in a Christmas movie, and I'm not shooting anybody. I'm not covered in blood, because the film I did just before that, I was covered in blood most of the time. And this one, no, I actually play a good guy. And there's more things coming up that I'm not at liberty to speak of yet, but at this time, things are happening. Yeah. Ronan, like I said, been great, man. Yeah, Narks, we'll figure this out. I'm slowly getting my shit together. Yeah, things are happening slowly. I got sidetracked for a bit, but things are coming around. Like I said, being up in Idlewild, it's like being in a training camp, man. Training every morning, 6,000 feet. Oh my God, just a tough first couple of days were tough, because at 7,000 feet, the oxygen is different. It's thinner. But by the time I left, I was really, really, there's moments, man, we just don't want to leave. It's just a great thing. Oh my God. The minute you go, you're onto something new. So I took that moment at the end to just kind of be there for 15 minutes, sat there and just, took it all in, because that's over. That event is over. That will never happen again. So when you do things, make sure you bless it with a moment before what's coming. And then when it's done, sit there with it, slow down, and really kind of remember what it was, and then feel it all, and then let it go, because you got to move on to the next thing. Let's go. Hey, Zach Gaming 84. Good morning to you, my friend. Ronan says, sorry, I got news for you. I started kickboxing. I'll be joining a club called AKA. Man, I think anybody who chooses a combat sport is doing the right thing. I really think that of all the sports that you want to try, learning to fight is the most useful. It's a skill you have the rest of your life. Learning to wrestle, learning to fight, it'll be a skill you have the rest of your life. So, congrats, man. Kudos on you. Oh, Brian, that's terrible. Oh, Gonzalez, that's terrible. That's watching animals suffer it's hard. It's heartbreaking. Yeah. Yeah, Teddy, there you go. Oh, that's the great news. I love this. I love you guys. Supportive. Orlock, been good, man. Working. Got another big week coming up. Yeah. Oh, and someone said they are Maple Leafs fans. Yeah, man. Austin Matthews finally coming into his own. He's really doing it. Austin Matthews is a remarkable athlete. He's a hockey player. One of the, possibly could be one of the greatest all time. If he can stay healthy for the next 10 and keep the production of what he's doing, he's averaging 50 goals a year now. That's in hockey. That's amazing. That's like amazing. I think he's the fastest. I think 400 goals ever. So he's a remarkable athlete. Toronto, man, just everybody who's in the hockey world really wants Toronto and Edmonton to do well, because Toronto hasn't had a cup in 70 years, maybe. Edmonton is just this kid, Connor McDavid. He's a generational player. I mean, he's just remarkable. And you really kind of want to, I love Crosby. He's got his 3 cups. And McKinnon's got a couple cups, I think. I want this guy to have a cup, So. Oh, I love labs. I love all dogs, Hey, Wiz, can I get a nephew to the grill? No, you can't. You know why? If you let her break you, that's on you, man. If our identity is so wrapped up in our women or in other people's words, thoughts, and actions, then we're just slaves to the universe. No, I'll get a fuck you to your ego. How's that? Not to you, to your ego. because a woman will not break you. It is our inability to own ourselves. Like, I'm going to be good no matter what happens in a relationship. My life is great. Having a woman just makes it a little bit better, but I still have a great life, even if she goes away. If she's there, it's so much better to share it with somebody, have a partner, a comrade in common. But if they go, you got to have this self-containment. Say, hey, I'm good. And most relationships, if you're not self-contained, they're not gonna survive anyways. So no, we're not gonna give them that feud. She was just doing what she needed to do. You, from my opinion, gotta realize that if you put your identity value, your personal validation comes from another person's words, thoughts, or actions, you are now a slave. So I say, Matt, I should say, fuck you to being a slave. That's what I want to say to you, buddy. Okay. I've never been to Glasgow. I have to get there. I agree, Ronan. Ronan, the other aspect is to once we learn to embrace our discomfort as a friend, as an ally, things get much easier. When you realize that resistance is all internal, just start doing it. Yeah. Yeah. Success is built on the ability to transform resistance into energy, to transform transform our discomfort to something that we really want to invite. Yeah. No, Matt. No, Matt. The fact that you said it out loud, okay, means that you're ready to hear it. And I'm not here to humble you, man. I am here just to give you information I have collected across the time and space. Joey fucking Metalman. Joey Metalman. I love this guy. This is one of my favorite YouTubers. If you guys don't know him, he's on YouTube. This guy's fucking amazing. Joe, we should get together, talk, man. I'd love to catch up. Got a lot to catch up on, man. Things are just fucking crazy. Yeah, a good crazy. But Joey Metalman, go check him out. He's one of my favorites. Yeah. All right, I love you guys. They're gonna start fighting. My community is setting up boxing matches in Germany. I love you guys. I love you guys. Dude, just own it, man. Own it. You're a badass. You got a pop blood vessel. Wear it like it's be proud of that stuff you take out. Be proud of it, man. The weather's perfect, Orlock. The weather is freaking perfect. It's like, well, up in the mountains, got cold, man. It was some nights I sleep with the windows open. Got cold. Shit, got cold. Let's see. Hey, Sarge. Hey, Eugene. Morning from Australia. University starting piling up and struggling with staying on task and focus. Any tips you can use? And all right, yeah. Check your diet out. Really watch your eating, okay? Because if you, in the times of day when you eat, I know if I eat late at night, I'm useless in the morning. I know that if I eat too soon in the day, I'm useless. So for me, I try to slow my eating down in terms of when and how much I consume. If you're sitting a lot, like I do, I sit all day when I work, I edit and stuff like that. And I sit here, I have to get up every 20 minutes, like an alarm clock, and move, get away. I know it seems counterintuitive, but when I'm working on stuff and I get jammed up with an idea, if I get up and go, simple things like, washing a dish, go out and stand on my picnic table, which I do now. I've had some revelations. I'll share them in a minute with you. But the idea is get your body moving. Always keep like 20 minutes, 30 minutes tops. Get up, stretch, go get a glass of water, not a soda. Maybe a cup of tea is fine. But get out of your chair, man. Move around. Get your body moving. Get activated because it gets the brain stimulated. And you're trying to solve a problem. Don't sit there pondering. Get up, walk, take a walk down the street. Go do something. I promise you, it'll make the acquisition of information a lot easier for you. And then a lot of it is just turn that one-eyed devil off, man. That phone, just turn it the fuck off. Lock it in the safe. And I know me, it's like an addiction now, man. If I'm looking all day at my text, see if that little red bastard has popped up. Who texted me? It's like an addiction. I got to break it. So that's my input there. It's the same thing, I bet. And you will battle that the rest of your life. This is where you learn to use the skill. Because whatever you're learning in college, great, congratulations. But the job you take, they'll teach you. Our job in college is to learn how to learn and learn rapidly. So there you go. Kickboxing is great, dude. Yeah, kickboxing is great. Or just take a boxing class, man. Anything where you learn to throw a punch and take a punch. Anything that does that, Yeah, we love us some Joy. Joy's on the show. Yeah, Joe, we can do online or afterwards. Let's talk back channels, man. I miss you. I was watching some of your stuff the other day. I mean, you're just a fucking good dude. Yeah. Here's his channel from my buddy Joey Metalman. Get over there. Say hi. He is the shit. Killian McClough. When I first left home, I have a song about that. What's my first place I lived when I first college. Yeah. I went to college. And after that, I lived in where I lived at. Yeah, I was in college in Schenectady. I had an apartment. I got a Gus Reel. Great kid, great guy. He was a total badass. He's an engineer, just one of these really brilliant kind of dudes. Went on to me. He's an engineer and he's got a great life. He's a pilot now. But he had this badass Trans Am. And he's cool, man. And that, yeah, it's an apartment. It was a dump. It was a freaking dump. But it's my dump. And then after that, I lived at an apartment. I shared an apartment in Belgium with them. I played hockey there. And then I lived in hotels for a little bit. And then I had a place in Paris for a little bit too. So, yeah. I mean, I lived in dumps, places that were questionable at best. But hey, man, always leave a place better than when you find it. Go someplace, make it better. Fix something. Clean it up. Leave every place better than when you find it. Liquid Tank is back. I love Liquid Tank. Lightning bolts. Listen, this is what I learned. This is a very important thing. I love this conversation because I had a lot of demons to chase down the last couple of weeks. Just start. Don't put a predicate. I'll do it when. No, just fucking do it. I was training in the hills, right? Where we're staying at this. We were staying at this. The movie was shot in a small town up in Idlewild. That's where it was. And we stayed at this retreat, this resort. It's just freaking beautiful. And they had this, and had about a 600-foot rise from the bottom of the cabin I was in up to the top of the property. And it's like a 600-foot rise. So it was a great morning workout just to kind of muscle up that. And then I would do this workout on the top of it. And as I got more and more comfortable in my body, getting stronger, I noticed I had these impulses to jump up on rocks, right? Or have these great railroad ties as retaining walls, right? But they are cool because you walk on it. It's like 6 inches wide. You walk on the top of them. And I realized that I was avoiding the impulse to jump because I don't want to hurt myself. Oh, my knees. And I started to just say, oh, fuck it. Just jump on that rock. And I saw a couple of rocks along the climb. Anyways, I found myself now just jumping up on these risers and rocks, just kind of jumping from rock to rock, because I noticed that it's your mindset. If you limit the next step, well, I'll do this when. Okay, because if I do this, I can't do that until I do this. Fuck that. Just start doing it. Right? Backfill it. You got to get moving. Just take the fucking martial arts class. You'll get in shape, but get started. Then you'll know what you need to do and backfill it all. HIIT training is great. I love high intensity training. I love do it all, man. I try to what I'm doing now is I'm trying to spread it out where I do mostly body weight training. Yeah, I really prefer that. Just doing body weight training right now. It's just I have a gym. I got weights. I have a almost like an industrial professional level stuff. Yeah, I got sleds and things. But I'm learning that I feel better when I do body weight work. So that's what I'm focused on now. I probably lift weights 1 day a week now for power, and then 2 days a week. And the rest of the week is stretching, and 2 days a week of like combination of cardio. Like I try to get outdoors once a day. I have a couple great mountains here where I can hike, and it's been stunning. The wildflowers in California are freaking stunning. We don't have this kind of water, and now that we have it, it's kind of beautiful. So, oh, Dean Martin. Oh my God, Dean Martin, brother, you've already landed. Yeah, let me think about that. Let me think about who I can. You're already right. You're already straight in line. I mean, it's like, let me think about that, because you're already doing that's good stuff. What are you talking about? Oh, you mean like American football or the thing that you guys do? Soccer, we call it. No, I'm not into soccer. I'm barely into football these days. I just don't have the time. You know, I'd rather be outside doing shit. Let's see. Again, just got a Google alert. Let's see. Bitcoin is holding steady at $64,000. Yay. Geek Defensive Initiative. How you doing, buddy? I'm just looking at what's happening here in the world here. Let's see. Helldivers 2 and 4. Other titles Call of Duty needs to learn from. Call of Duty Gulf War could revisit one franchise. Called Black Ops Gulf War could revisit one of the franchise's most underutilized modes. The IMDb reports. From the original game to Black Ops Gulf War and why it's gotten worse from Fandom Wire. Wow. Yeah, I know. I just wish I had jumped on. A friend of mine told me about Bitcoin when it was like a buck a piece. I wish I had bought 1,000 back then, or even 500. Yeah. But I think it's going to happen. I think there will be digital currency. I think this is all going to change very rapidly in the next couple of years. I think before the election, we're going to see a lot of crazy shit happening across the globe, and none of it, you can't control it. But Bitcoin, it's like gambling now. You got to go in there and buy low, sell high, and keep riding it up and down. Micro acquisitions. If you buy it at 60,000, it goes up to 70, cash out, and then when it comes back down, buy it again. Ride that wave, so to speak. But you got to be wicked disciplined, man. I mean, I am not. Here you go. Well, and I'm just reading here. I have a Google alert that sends things here. Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of stuff. People are very unhappy with Activision right now. I saw that Ink Slasher really did a You know, I say, hey, it's kind of shady. It was fun. That was a blast. Oh my God, that was so much fun. I did that. I think you have in the beginning of my thing I had that was me, Michael Rooker, the hell is his name? Another actor. And then of course Nolan and Troy were there. It's great. It was a great time. I really enjoyed it. I wished I had spent I was actually about to travel. I was going on a job, so I couldn't spend much time there, but they had this cool zip line you could have jumped on, and they had this whole massive room of games. I wish I stopped down and played for a couple of minutes. I didn't have the time. Telling a world at war, but setting up a military sci-fi game. Wasn't that Black Ops 3? I don't know. I thought that's kind of what Black Ops 3 did. Thank you. See, that's the thing about training. It's really is for me. I have to make it a priority. I have to make it an unnegotiable daily activity. This is what I'm doing every day. And the trick is for me is to remember I don't have to have the greatest workout I've ever had. I just need to keep the momentum going because it's momentum. Like a thought that gets repeated. Well, a behavior that gets repeated becomes momentum, right? At some point. So if I just keep waking up and going and if I'm doing a quarter, but at least my body, if you remember, I'll recover and come back strong. And often, once I get started, it just kicks in. So it's always about getting through that first minute of resistance for everything. If I want to change gears, I want to write music, I want to work on editing on editing some video, whatever it is, I have got to get through that first 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 minutes of resistance. And when I do, eventually it starts coming around. And those moments are less and less and less of resistance. Yeah. What's his name is? The hell is his name? Good actor, good guy. Well, we hung out a little bit, yeah. I like that. No Time for Glory. It's a good title. I will probably jump back on. I have not really spent a lot of time playing games just because of life. I do have I got my PlayStation right here, and I just got to plug it in and make it happen. But I got to decide whether I want to spend 2 hours doing that or 2 hours prepping a job. So my life is kind of changing a little bit. Actually, that's true. I tried smoking this once about 20 years ago, and I hated it. You know, um, I actually funny story is like this may have got me an offer for another movie because I do this. I walk around with these, and a producer on one of the films I was doing loved it, and actually, wrote it into the script that they asked me to read for it. And like you got that from me. It's fun. It's fun when people take you as a person and they write you into a script. Like it's a no brainer. Just sit there and hey kid. Actually use the line because people always ask me, you can't smoke in here. I'm just chewing on this. That's all I'm doing. Yeah. Billy Murray. Thank you, Matt. It is Billy Murray. Great guy. He came out for that thing for the XP, and he was here working on I think Modern Warfare again, and we had a couple lunches. Great guy, and he's a really successful actor in England. He's done a lot of stuff. You know, if I bogarted cigars, I don't know what that means. I have people have offered me really nice cigars, Cubans and Nicaraguans, and I do like that. I don't smoke. I don't. My lungs don't like it. Oh yeah, momentum. Momentum is everything. Momentum saves you so much energy. Okay, this is what momentum is. You know how you get on a bicycle and all of a sudden you get going pretty good, and you can take your feet off and you can let the bike coast a little bit. That's what momentum does for you. Momentum allows you to keep moving in the direction and the speed you're going, but you use less energy because you already got, it's physics. The body that's been put in motion remains in motion until acted upon by outside forces. So once you get moving, right, it takes less energy to maintain what you're doing than when you stop. It's like getting in a car, right? Once the car starts going, your gas mileage goes way up because you just kind of, you just have to add a little bit to keep the momentum up. Going from, starting and stopping, you use a lot of energy because you're moving all this weight. Well, our workouts and our education and anything you're trying to build and do is the same thing. If you keep starting and stopping, it's exhausting having to get going again. But if you just do a little bit every day, like as a musician, I've had to give up some of my my time because I'm doing acting work. So my momentum is an actor now. So I have to do that work. So, but I try to keep a little bit of effort, every day. Just do maybe even if it's 5 minutes a day. And it's interesting that I haven't lost a lot of the gains I made over the last year. It's like I just, I've held on to them because, you keep your body, you keep your mind to get moving, and it's like you don't lose that much momentum. Yeah. So reference Humphrey Bogart tended to have a cigarette in his hand in his movies, but was concerned with the lines of his action. Yeah. Actually, that's just professionalism on his part. That's a true thing. Once you, as an actor, what you want to do is you want to remove as many variables as you can because you got to match. It's called continuity. So if I say a line and I suck on a cigar, I have to match that action every time, or else you can't cut to it because it's one scene I have it. So you got to remember, I said it on this line. It's called continuity. So that is just professional. Like, hey, like you try not to drink coffee in the scene because like same thing. Well, here I was. And then I forget when I took the sip. So you have a continuity person, Scripty says, she said, hey, when did I sip that coffee? Well, you said it here. You did it here. So yeah, thanks for that. I'm glad you pointed. That's why it's called Bogart a cigarette. See, where I come from, if you Bogart something, it's like you're borrowing it. Hey, don't Bogart that cigar. That means you're monopolizing it. You're hogging it. Hey, yeah, he don't Bogart the joint, man. Don't monopolize it. I get out of here, Ronan. Great talking to you, buddy. Hey, Ryan. Wagwan James. I don't know what that means. I don't know what Wagwan James means. I don't know. I don't know anything. What other show? I've been watching. I watched 30 episodes. This is fucking insane, but I did it. Liquid tank. Let's see. Talking about momentum. Momentum is kind of like how fireworks work. It only takes 10% of the energy to stay in a flame if it takes 100% to ignite it. Yes, it's all physics. To begin something takes a lot. If beginning something takes a lot of energy to sustain it, you just have to be accurate. And that's how when guys say about getting up to game speed, like professional athletes, once they get into game shape, then all they have to do is just keep on staying fit. It's when you get hurt and you can't sustain momentum, and that's what it is. So that the restarting is exhausting. But once you restart, man, it's gold. It's a blessing. It's a gift. maintain your momentum. Just whatever you're doing, just keep doing a little bit every single day. Have I seen The Manchurian Candidate? Oh, one of the best movies ever. Sinatra is a great actor. I love Sinatra. Okay, let me phrase it. Sinatra was a movie star. He was a star. He was Frank Sinatra. There's a relationship the guys my age had to Sinatra, which is just, he's Sinatra. Dean Martin and Sinatra. I love Sinatra and Dean Martin. This two of the greatest performers ever. Dean Martin was just, Sinatra is kind of a more, kind of more dangerous. Dean Martin was just like you can tell, just the really nicest guy in the world. Yeah. Let's go. I just admitted to an old crush. I liked her. Well, you got to figure out what happened. If it's an old crush, why didn't you say it when you were crushing on it? Never be afraid to talk to a girl ever. Walk up high, just smile and be nice. And if she doesn't like it, that's her fucking idiocy. You have the right to say hi to anybody. As long as you are respectful, they say, leave me alone, you leave them alone. But as far as I'm saying, talk to girls. Look at you guys have it tough. Someone told you that girls and boys aren't supposed to like each other. They're supposed to hate each other for some reason. No. It's okay. It's okay to be, to want to talk to a girl. So it's okay to be attracted to a girl. That's okay. It's okay. Yeah. Good to know, Ryan. Thank you. You educated me today. Thank you very much. Yeah, there you go. Oh, isn't that the Revolutionary War thing? Yeah, I love Turner. I watched that. What I'm watching now. Hey, Ben, blogs and gaming. Gosh, this is Ben has been with us for a long time. What you up to, man? He's kind of a bully. Yeah. Again, bullies are only bullies because you let them. If you are able to hold your own and know your personal value, the bullies are, unless it's physical bullying, but then again, if you can handle yourself, it's a joke. You can stand up to them. Hey, don't do that to me. Or have the power to know that your value is based on your decisions, not on someone else's idiocy. Yeah, I've seen a lot of Sinatra's done a lot of great things. He was just Frank Sinatra. He could fill in an auditorium, and he was notoriously. I heard stories about him on set, and he was just like, "You got it. You got one take. You got it. I'm moving on. I'm going playing golf." Yeah, well, think of it. As long as you keep doing what you're doing every day, just get a little bit better at it. No, I don't. I don't know. I think the one where he's in the dream world. I don't know. He's a good actor. He's a good actor. I have no idea what they're doing. I don't. No, well, no, I disagree. Ignoring them still gives them power. What it is to know that what you listen to a bully, you know that that's how they're talking about themselves. That's who they see, and you also got to be able to stand up until they shut a bully down. Because that's if you ignore them, they still think it's okay for them to. But ignore them, ignores. I think we had to say these. I think the words are different. The idea is to keep your power, keep your boundary, And if they cross a boundary, knock them the fuck out. So, and a boundary could be an emotional, an intellectual one, or a physical one. For me, it's 1 arm's length. You come within this 3 feet. Okay, now you're in my personal space. Now I ask you to leave politely. And if you don't, then I'll step back. And if you come back in, then I get to pop you. I've done all my due diligence. I've warned you. I retreated. And once that 3rd time, that's when you have license to. Same thing in a verbal argument. Like make a boundary, retreat a little bit. If they keep coming in, then, then you change the dynamic a little bit. So I think we're saying the same thing. But I think just hoping they stop bothering you, that doesn't work. Well, on the internet, yes. On the internet, just fucking ignore it. I get people saying shit all the time. You just ignore it. Yeah. On the internet, absolutely, geek. On the internet, yeah. Fuck it. Don't even engage. Block them. Don't engage. In life, set a 3-foot boundary up. But don't even engage. Don't even fucking engage. You just finished jury duty. You loved it. I'd love to talk about that. I've never been on a jury. I've gone for jury, but they always if you can't tell, my views are always a little bit strong. I lean conservative, and I'm very pro police up to a point. I'm starting to have questions now. I think as police have been indoctrinated and changing, I think I always believe that if you resist arrest, whatever happens to you, you fucking deserve it. That's you can't resist arrest. Just don't fucking do it. Just if you fuck up, and if you haven't fucked up, then just hey, listen, I didn't fuck up, but okay, I'll make your life easy. They will look after. I've been on both sides of this coin, but the biggest problem is we're teaching people to resist arrest as being cool, and it's not. It just makes everybody's life harder. Hey, Raven King. Blood Diamond was excellent. He's been. What's the last one he did with Brad Pitt? Yeah, the Tarantino film. He's good in that too. Emma Fitz. He broke a few eggs. Oh, Emma. Yeah, it's not very good. Yeah, I heard it. And oh yeah, that's I knew it was him right away. Yeah, because there's that constipated sound. That's an insult. He's like, it's not loose, It's like it's not a conversation. It's a forced thing. But hey, I'm glad he's making money. Good for him. I don't know. I think I'm not going to disagree with your dad in front of you, but like I said, I believe get trained, and learn some verbal defense. Learn how to defend yourself, and learn how to have a mindset that when somebody questions, it's what most bullies want to dismiss your value so they can feel better about themselves. The idea is, so here's an example. I spent a lot of time in the hockey locker room. People bust your balls, and somebody will make fun of you. Like, those are nice fucking skates. What do you mean? Your skates are nice. I don't understand. What do you mean? Question the context. What are you talking about? What do you mean? Explain that. I don't understand that. What do you mean? And it's funny how quickly many times they'll just dissipate because it's the idea that, hey, I got you. But when you sit there and ask them to explain it, it's like there's no substance, So that's a really good technique. It's a verbal jiu-jitsu. Explain yourself. What do you mean? Is that humor? How is that funny? But you got to have a calm, and it's like you're turning it back on them. Like, explain yourself. Why? You know what I mean? So, and physically, you gotta have skills, folks. Go out, find a punching bag, find a class. It's fun. It's fun. It's so fun to do this stuff. It's giving such a, like shooting guns and taking a boxing class or an MMA class. It's fun. And the people who in these environments are really fucking, 99% of them are really freaking cool. It's just that it's somehow, I would rather be with somebody who could easily end someone's life and know that if they're the nicest guy in the world, I want to be with them because I know they have the capability of doing damage, but they choose not to. But some weak ass dude who's just weak and doesn't do harm because he's weak, who cares about that? When they do get power, they're going to be just a nightmare. Just check out just check it out, man. It's historically, that's what happens. Weak men who suddenly come into power are just, I agree, man. I'm pro cop. I am pro cop. And the idea is that yes, they do make mistakes. So, if you fuck up, they have the right to defend themselves. But if you haven't fucked up, then you got to say, okay, well, here, officer, what's going on? And a lot of times, cops do 10, 12-hour shifts. Ever do a 12-hour shift of anything? You're going to make mistakes. Semper Fi. Just to make sure you know, I am not ex-military. So just so you know, I don't want to take any credit for anything they haven't done. Well, I mean, police forces have existed to protect the wealthy and protect the power. Hopefully some of that drifts on to taking care of people. Most cops are told to protect property and the rich folks. It's kind of keeping order protects, people's businesses. So there's that balance here. Like at what point, like the FBI, who they working for? Are they working for us, or are they working to help the politicians keep control over us? That's the thing. There's a balance here. And at some point, I think the cops, law enforcement has got to make a decision as to, are they like these fuckers going after Donald Trump? Like, what the, what are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? Hey, Ryan, so you believe he was not guilty? Yeah. You're a former jarhead. I love it. Yeah, I agree. But that's where training takes place, right? This was so fucked up about our education system. What should we be training kids from day one? Self-defense. Yeah, how to handle yourself physically. Yeah, teach kids to wrestle. Teach kids to box. Girls and boys, right? Teach them this stuff. Teach them how to cook for themselves. Teach them how to, understand banking, understand money, understand, simple life skills. If you teach a kid life skills when he's 5, 6, 7, 8, not teach them that, okay, boys can be girls, and if you feel bad today, you're probably the wrong body. Fuck that. I mean, we should be training our kids how to be functional human beings. Read, write, arithmetic, and hey, okay, by the way, here, this is an emotion. This is a thought. Here, this is a feeling. This is an emotion. The feeling is physical. And teach them how to understand their bodies, right? And then teach them how to be just physically capable. Man, it's just, I see kids now. I'm like, it's horrifying. Yeah, I think again, I like your idea, but I think Raven King being able to handle yourself will deter most bullying way before it begins. If you handle yourself in a certain way, you walk down the street with a certain confidence, knowing that you can handle, like bears know when you're armed, and wild animals will know when you're fucking armed, unless they're really hungry and desperate, or their cubs are in danger. They're not going to fuck with you. And human beings do too. When you're squared away, when you can handle yourself, you'll walk down the street and people know. People know if you're squared away or not. Yeah, see, Teddy, here you go. A former bully. But that's the truth too. We've all have bullied somebody. No one's innocent of that shit. It's childhood. It's called pushing boundaries. It's when it's not. It's when you're not given the discipline to say, okay, hey, you know, there are certain, because that bullying nature, that's an aggression. That's an assertiveness that we all need to survive in life. To know that we can project force or project our energy, project our intelligence, project ourselves. It's just so when it doesn't go check or it's not trained or focused in a productive way, it becomes maniacal, right? It's a great conversation today. I love this. If I'm around, I might do that. I may be out of the country. I don't know. Well, that again, now we're getting into whole this fucking human rights thing, and this is no more like human rights. This is human idiocy. You know, I what this fucking administration did has done. It's I think it's irreparable. I don't know how he fixed it. I think our you know I don't know. I don't know. I hope there's some ideas better than mine out there. Yeah, OJ passed away last week, right? Yeah. Well, that's and here's the thing. Now I've been watching this show about it's called Free Body Problem. There's the American version on Netflix, but there's a Chinese version on Prime, which is because they really have taken it and they have and I just went through this with a whole bunch of investment negotiations dealing with ByteDance and stuff. And Hollywood is controlled by China. Almost every studio has got Chinese money in it. It's like our farmland is being taken over by China, right? So when you see these productions, I mean, every culture is going to make itself, make it seem like, a grand, except for Americans. We're trained to hate ourselves. But when you the Chinese, they're trying to show that they're not like they were when Mao came into power. He killed everybody, killed all the, he wiped out all the scientists because they would, they could think about shit. And he wanted everybody to be people of the dirt because he was this lowly farmer, right? So if you're not willing to use a chainsaw and work in the dirt, then you should be re-educated. And then they put him behind decades in terms of science. And then now this show is trying to show that their current scientists they invented many things. And yeah, but he can't hide certain facts. Like Newton discovered these laws and Copernicus. These are all Western ideas. But the show is trying to position China as being the intellectual and moral center of the universe. And it's really odd the things that come off. And they have talking about, well, if, there's this thing where they try to make a human version of it. It's based on a book. This human version of a computer. And they say, yeah, if we can get 30 million people to all be obedient, great things. So it's about trying to get people to be obedient to the Chinese point of view. And that's how it was when you take Chinese investment. They control what you create about Chinese. And you can only show them in certain lights. They have mandates. They'll give you money, but the Chinese cannot be the villain. The Chinese government and military have got to be seen as benevolent and to be the force for positive change. And this is like, and like, well, yeah, but look around what's happening. How many people are trying to sneak into China? I don't see millions of people coming, but there's a whole lot trying to sneak into America now. Is that by design and invasion? But how many folks say, I'm gonna go to China and have a better life? Fucking nobody. But there's a reason for that, right? And when you watch their program, like I used to watch a lot of Russian programming too, and I see where their paranoia comes from. Like they've been invaded by Europe every second decade since the 1700s. So they had this built-in paranoia that the Europeans somehow want to destroy their way of life. So, again, I'm not in defense of what they've recently done in Ukraine, but I'm saying that you need to understand the culture's point of view, so you know why they act the way they act. And now watching Chinese TV and Chinese movies, like they really want to be seen as the moral center of the universe. Literally, in this one, it's sci-fi. They're literally the moral center of the universe. And they're expounding all these civil rights, like this one guy's trying to say you can't come in here without a warrant. They take it lift it right out of the American Constitution. But we all know that, from what I've read and people I've talked to, they can come in your house anytime they want. There's no judicial system. If they don't like what you say, they'll shut you down. They can probably try to shut this down if they want, because they don't like it. They have that power. But you have to position themselves as they call themselves a democracy. But that's so the idea is how you indoctrinate your kids, how you indoctrinate people by what they watch. Like TikTok, kids are being indoctrinated. Yeah. And when we teach kids to hate their parents, which is what happens, to hate their country, to hate their bodies, what do you think you're going to have? We're going there fast. While Satan eats popcorn. Yeah. Hey, Joshua V. Well, yeah, it has. I mean, you can see it. There's a lot going on. Now, granted, social media also is the world's changing. So it's preparing people to be a little more anesthetized, because I think there's changes coming that are going to be very difficult to handle. And like, what's it, Tova Nova, isn't the guy who wrote *Sapiens*? He says that, hey, we are going to be a land of the unemployed. And what are we going to do? Well, we're going to give them $600 a month and give them drugs and have them play video games. So get some skills, real life skills, learn how to do shit. Yeah, well, that's a well-known euphemism. I'm not coining that. That's been well known. I've heard that my entire life. That if somebody like any oppressed group, when they get some power, are really horrible. I mean, this historically speaking, the Hitler's Germans felt oppressed, so they became pretty. Mao's people they killed millions. The Khmer Rouge felt oppressed, so they killed millions. The Russian peasants felt oppressed, so they killed millions. So once powerless and the weak become strong, they vent. So making people strong is a really good thing. That's what I'm saying. Make people physically capable at a very young age, so everyone knows how to defend themselves. Make everybody athletic. Make everybody, it's just like, and stop this fucking participation trophy bullshit. You got to earn your quorum, man. You got to earn your position. Once you know where you are in the pack, you can learn how to rise or fall, but you got to compete. You got to freaking compete. Oh, I love this. I like that. I like that. Hey, Cryptics, how you doing, man? Well, nobody handled. Well, problem is, here's the thing with Mike Tyson. Had he not been so ferocious, had he not been just so fucking dangerous, a little more vulnerable. Again, everything's a balance here. It's yin and yang, man. It's a balance. If you're that fucking hard and angry and that fucking dangerous, no one's gonna. Hey, Mike, you may want to not do this. Like okay, I have an experience with beautiful women, right? a beautiful girl who's like one of those modelist kind of gorgeous gals. If there's always another guy waiting to pursue them. And unfortunately, what happens is if there's no reason for them to ever check their own behavior, if somebody's always validating them, already always afraid of them, then they're never going to have to stop and face certain personal flaws of personal things that maybe that's not working, or maybe that perspective is not healthy, maybe that perspective is keeping me from where other more intrinsic things. And kind of with Tyson, I think he's just he was so dangerous that it was hard to hear, hey, you may want to adjust this idea, maybe you want to work on this particular thing. That's my guess. I don't know him. He sounds like a really man who's made introspections, but I think at the same time, when you're that fucking, no one's going to stand up and say, hey, by the way, maybe what you're doing is not going to work out really well for you. And the school suspended you, right? This is where we are. So you finally stand up. Yeah, but you probably feel good about yourself. I guarantee you that bully won't fuck with you again. Maybe he did. I don't know. But that's, yeah, that's crazy, right? That's crazy. Someone can come in my house, steal everything, and I have to run away. And this is California. Someone comes in my house. I have weapons. If someone's in my house and has a gun or a knife, I have to show that I tried to jump through my fucking window before I can defend myself. That's California. Because, you don't know why he's breaking. Yeah, no, he's fucking either trying to kill me or steal my shit. Well, his life or her life is more valuable than your stuff. Not to me. It's not. Go earn your own shit. I haven't seen that yet. I want to see it because the Chinese version it's really slow, but they're doing a book, but it's but it's really politically motivated. It's really politics. It is just preaching communism to the world, socialism, under the guise of being socialism. The Chinese have no problem with mistruths, with lying. They have no problem with it because they understand the nature of things, Yeah, isn't that strange? They can bully the shit out, but when you stand up for yourself, the school defends them. There's this video of this kid sitting there, but a little nerdy kid, minding his own business, and this older kid just comes over and just starts wailing on this guy, just beating this kid's just eating, and the teacher, instead of worrying about the kid who's getting beaten, she's yelling at Tyrone, like she's more concerned about the kid who's beating the fuck out of this kid who's just eating his lunch. The teacher's more concerned about him than about the kid who's having the shit knocked out of him. That's where it's gone. I just really just think you folks have got to get some, some skills. Matt, I know, I agree. There's again, unless everyone's lying who comes out of there, unless all the reports I see, things I've read are lying, and that's a serious thing. And not in the Uyghurs and the Buddhists. Yeah, good for you, man. Just when they invade your space, you got to be able to take care of that. Name here. Yeah, good place to come, man. Check them out. There you go. Oh yeah, right. Like and subscribe if you haven't. Follow. It's always appreciated. Ring the bell. Always appreciated. Helps the channel stay alive. It's funny how that's happened. How that was predicted. What? 14 years ago. Yeah. The Chinese money isn't everything. Everything. I was helping someone develop a video game, and I was involved in some presentations for the product, and I met a lot of companies. And out of the 15 companies I met with, 11 were dominated by Chinese money. It's terrifying because when you are paying the bill, you get to call the dance. When you're paying the band, you get to call the tune, as we say in the old days. And I saw a lot of the restrictions that were placed on what we could say and couldn't say. Yeah, we're there. Well, that's the thing. I mean, when you have like LeBron James is making all his clothes in China, and when John Cena has to learn Chinese because he said Taiwan was a country, yeah, you're bending a fucking knee. You're bending a knee to this regime. Like, what, and people are greedy. People want to make a living, and then if you do not, and if you did not, comply, you don't work in Hollywood. Because the money, nobody wants to spend their own money. They want people to invest, right? And the Chinese say, "Yeah, we'll give you money, but we want control of shit," which is fair. It's fucking fair. If I'm giving your money, I want to have control over what you're doing. I want input. Yeah. China's Republican paper. I did a college paper on it. The Constitution sounds good. Yeah, well, but it's all tongue in cheek, right? It's like, yes, you have all these rights as long as you agree with us. But the minute you disagree with us, you're going to jail. And we are turning into that. I mean, look at fucking Trump. Look what they're doing to Trump. Look what happened on college campuses. It's like if you disagree with the narrative of the people who have control the money, control the police force, they'll put you away now. And you guys have got to figure out what to do, because it's up to us. You got to vote, and I think, yeah, you got to get involved. And even vote, it may not even count anymore. They just may have it so it may be so fucking rigged. Who knows? Shuni, how you doing? How are the hills? The hills were great. I mean, God, I missed it. I miss living out in the country. I just miss it. I got to change that. I need to move to a place where I get mountains and water. The only problem with Idlewild for me, and in Southern California in general, is no water. I need water. I need beer. I need to be near a lake. The water up there is very sparse. And he feels dry. I need to be around water. Yeah. I know. It's usually angry white girls who are the worst, you know, but SFW, social justice warrior. Yeah. It's funny. Good for you, Ryan. Keep it that way. Yeah. Did you say he became a nice guy once he got here, or he was nicer when he came from Russia? I don't understand your statement. Yeah, well, Russia Top Gun. I mean, I can't talk about that. Yeah, don't. They weren't using Chinese money; they're using Russian money for Top Gun. By the way, there's no that. It's, people who are true businessmen don't care about who they talk about. They care about how much money they're going to make. Yeah, unless there's reason to change, unless something happens to force them to change. Change at some point when it's your momentum. If your momentum is in that direction, it's something really big has got to um, occur to force you to change. And that's what I'm saying. If you can get someone at a young age to make some adaptation to adapt a little bit, chances are they can change a little bit. You know. Yeah. Here, have you seen this fucking idiot? Some kid walks around, walks up and like does something really obnoxious. He says, "Man, I'm just shooting a YouTube video." And he walks up and punches some old dude, some old white dude in the head. He says, "Yo, man, what's wrong?" And the guy starts attacking. "What are you doing, man? I'm just doing a video." As if that gives you carte blanche. Please, it's like that one guy who came up and harassing that dude in the mall. The guy comes up and shoots him. I fucking love it. Hey, Teddy, go have a great time. Ben, I'm working at it. I am fucking working on it. You know. Texas is figuring it out, but there's more and more fucking Californians going to Texas, and they're gonna fuck up Texas like they fucked up California. I know that people are going there. I said, why? You created this mess by voting for that idiot Newsom. Now you want to go there and destroy Texas too? I mean, it's California. It's people are fucking crazy sometimes. Well, because you can believe that the democracy, the Chinese, the way they have it, like they are the center of the military might, and they control things, but the Chinese actresses are really quite beautiful. Should you do to go back to college and get your grades up? I would sit down. What I did, I'd sit down there and I would figure out where my struggles are, and I would make sure I check out my diet, my sleep patterns, how much time I spend on watching nonsense on a computer. How much video games do I play? I'd study my behavior patterns first and see where I am putting my focus. And it's going to be a painful adjustment because you're going to have to go cold turkey and just make those books or iPads, whatever the fuck you guys are using these days, and make it the focus of your life. And it's about time. It's about time on target, man. You gotta sit there and just suffer through the discomfort of that. And for me, the way I learn best is I got to have a question in my mind first. So what I used to do to get good at things, I'd go back and I would look at a test. I would ask my professor for a test. I want to see the test so I know what so if you're just reading without a question in your head, then it's just like you have a full cup. You're trying to add. But if you had a question, if I say, okay, go figure out X, Y, and Z, and I'll give you $100, but you need to have it done in an hour. And here's the question. Go in. You would go to a book and you would be so focused on finding the answer to that question. But if you say, okay, go read a book, now tell me what you read. Like, oh, fuck. It's like, and that's the problem with our education system. We're not creating questions. We're just trying to train people to think a certain way as opposed to creating obstacles. Here, you need to build this bridge. How are you going to do it? Well, here, can we do this kind of bridge? And then you would, by creating a question in your own mind, it allows the brain to seek out the answer. But you got to create a question. Yeah. Hope that helps. It helps me. Yeah, it's strange. Well, it's like in hockey, right? Cryptics in hockey, the guy who retaliates always gets the penalty. The guy who does the fucked up thing first gets away with it. But the guy who fights, like Someone walks in and gives you a shot in the head, right, and you turn, you pound them, you're going to get the penalty because you retaliated. So I don't know what that tells you. In hockey, like it's like you got to. In hockey, I'm glad fighting's coming back because now people do stupid shit like that, cheap shit, cheap like when referees not looking to hit somebody like that. That's kind of it's a cheap shot, but it's a technical thing too. It's a strategy. It's tactical. But the guy who retaliates always, so put that into the mix. I like that. That's a good one. Yeah, prank videos. That's what it's called. Kind of stupid. I'm reading some of that song. Yeah, Khmer Rouge. That's like they. I mean, when people. I mean, I'm still divided because I did a lot of research on Woods in the Vietnam War and the Vietnam era, and I'm really split because did we belong there? Uh, I don't know. Communism is a horrible thing. It has never worked. It destroys lives. People have been slaughtered, millions of people slaughtered for it, and it's just so preventing it from spreading is an important thing. I think I agree with it, but not letting the American troops fight a war because it's kind of like what happens in Israel now. Because when you deal with asymmetrical warfare, then it's not two armies meeting. It's not the Germans and the French meeting on a battlefield. It's like people hiding to get a pot shot and they're running back and forcing, and that's the type of thing you're running into. But had they just let the U.S. forces go, like just put it all, make it all SOG, make it all special forces guys over there, I think they would have done well. And I think they should have bombed the shit out of North Korea. I mean, I think if they had let the warriors run the war, not the politicians, I think it would have been a much better outcome. I just think let the warriors fight the wars. If you're gonna send our young men and women into let them have combat. Let them do what they're supposed to do and get them out of there fast. Now it's just a money suck. The longer they stay there, the more people get fucking rich. And that's where I draw the line. All right, Ben, get out of here. Hey, dude, you can recover fast. Now if you know what you want to do with your life. Like that's having a good question in your head. You know what you want to do? I want to do this. Like, how can I do this? What a great question to have in your head. All right, Ben, get out of here. Take care. Yeah, isn't that the way it goes? Isn't that the way it goes, man? Yeah. Well, that's a great way to learn. That's what teachers are supposed to be for. Here's how I fucked up. Here's how here's a mistake you don't have to make. It's like saying this. Oh, by the way, this river here, this area has crocodiles. You may want to cross up there. That's good information. You don't need to go in and say and get your leg bitten off by, oh shit, there's crocodiles there. Wish somebody had told me. Well, but if I told you, would you have listened? That's the other question. Yeah. But he believed in it. Well, again, you when you feel you have no power, and all of a sudden you get to influence people, and you get all this energy, and you get all the money, and you get all the girls, and you're running the show, and people worship you. It's God complex, absolutely. You're under a vest. Oh my God, we've been doing this an hour and 20 freaking minutes. What a great day. Sarge's Corner Coffee. Yeah, I'm checking out at 1:30, so we have 10 minutes left. Crazy skate, dude. I love it. Every day, do something. It doesn't have to be the greatest workout of your life, but do something every single day. Even just stretching and moving for 10, 15 minutes. Something every day. Even while I'm sitting here stretching my legs, I have a, yeah, anyways. Gangs of the Dead. Oh my gosh, that was like one of my first movies, Orlock. It was kind of insane. It was like I hadn't been on many movies. I haven't worked my, that was in the early films, and I hadn't done a lot of work, and so it was just kind of a crazy low budget. Yeah, I got to stretch my leg. It's a crazy low budget film. It was a great exercise, a good education. Is that you coughing? Here we go. Now we're back where we should be. We're back to our dad jokes. I love it. I fucking love it. Ugh. Stretch my legs. The only problem with doing a show sometimes is I sit here too long and I can stand up. Remember I told you have to like keep moving because you don't. Yeah, that happens to me all the time. All right. Eight minutes left. Day's flying by, man. Oh, I just got a message from Emma. 30,000 Ukrainian women. I'm ready to cam share with you. Where the fuck did that come from? Yeah, I think I was part of a data breach. I'm getting some strange phone calls, and I get these strange emails all the time. Oh, your package was delivered with the UPS. No, it wasn't. All right, what's next? All right, so it's the end of the day. What's going on this week? I am. What am I doing? No. Okay, this is not Gangs of the Dead on Call of Duty. This is a movie called Gangs of the Dead that I did. I think it's 2006, maybe earlier than that. So basically, I play a cop who we're on a staking out this warehouse with this Latino gang in downtown LA. We shot it, and so we go inside to take down these drug dealers, and all of a sudden the world goes crazy. Now we have to join forces with the Mexican cartel to fight our ways out of this warehouse. We have to, and yeah, it was kind of crazy, but it was low budget film. It's fun, but that's called Gangs of the Dead. Right? Well, I hope you can watch the game today somewhere. My next stream is I'm not gonna be here next week. Next Saturday is a day off. I will be back the following Saturday. I may be back midweek. Yeah, but I'm definitely will not be here next Saturday. Yeah. All right. Liquid tank. Yeah, I actually have. I think I got some clips from that. It, it went a very embarrassing moment from that. I'll tell you about one. Um, I we had these extras, background actors going, and so I had to fight my way. So what happens is this this young girl, she hides in the dumpster from all these zombies, and me and my partner decided to run out and rescue her. And I run out of ammo, and I have this I have this club, and it's this soft club, and it's not, it's like a soft bat. It really wouldn't, like a Nerf bat. And I had to beat my way through this crowd of zombies, right? And there's this woman there. She wasn't a stunt woman, and I just kept whacking her with it. And she started crying. And oh fuck! And I thought I thought they were stunt guys. I saw how low budget it was. And this poor woman, I beat the crap out of her back, and I just got her legs, and she wasn't falling, right? And I thought it was a stunt guy, and it wasn't. It was this poor woman. And I think she just, I think they paid like $50 to be there. And I didn't know they weren't stunt people. I just felt so fucking bad. Oh man. So yeah, that's embarrassment. Back from the hills, shit got real. Sarge is back now with the deal. Just got done watching Cheech Chong because of the new COD event. Yeah. Yeah, of course he did. Fucking, of course he did. Once, he didn't like it. Dude, yeah. I mean, you remember the day? Remember when you had to actually use your wrist for a screwdriver? No. Now, if I don't have a power screwdriver, I can't do anything. President Trump. Oh my goodness. I have no idea, Ryan. Again. Oh man, we're almost like 2 minutes. All right. Here's the deal. So let's. Woods hates weed. He doesn't hate it. Just knows that weed. Woods would not want to be impaired mentally or physically because he's in a constant state of combat, and so I think that would be some guys need to be activated at all times. They just live in that place. They burn out quickly in terms of long life, but there's some guys. I've interviewed these guys for the part. Um, they're just like they were happier when they were out killing shit. Like life was too easy, and they would rather be killing shit than you know buying groceries, that kind of thing. I had a great conversation with one veteran. They just fucking, it's just a different. They're just that's how they're wired. Yeah, I know. Well, I think it was just more hurt. It's like a slap, and things that I again, I was so focused on getting the scene right that I wasn't being a human being. And something's wrong, and I just, oh shit, and then you start crying, like fucking asshole. Yeah, you can't ever have the scene be more important than being a human being. And this can't. Yeah, there you go. Let's see. All right, that's it. It's 1:30. I got to check out. I got a lot of things to do. It's been, as always, I love talking to you guys. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the contributions. Thanks for everything you do. I am, I'll be back here maybe midweek. I'm going to try to come back midweek. And, but next Saturday, I will not be here. I am traveling on Saturday, so I can't be here. And as we say, in every possible way, woods out. Take care. Remember, like and subscribe. Come over to Instagram, join us over there, and all this other good stuff. Peace and love. Woods out. Yeah.